Woody here from the legendary Buffalo Chip. 30 years ago, 1987, there was a guy singing on the street corner downtown Sturgis, got run out of town. He come out to us at the Chip and he said, "Hey, I'm a singer, got performance, can I play?" We put him on the stage, and I swear to God, he stole the show from the headliners. And since that period of time, there have literally been millions of people hear some of Hank Rotten Jr.'s stories about, for instance, selling weed to Willie and spending time in jail, which is where he wrote his, one of his big hit tunes was "Sleeping with My Butt to the Wall." Well, one time, here's coming a story that millions of people haven't heard until now. We want to share it with you because I tell you, I've laughed my ass off for years thinking about this. So we had Hank Rotten Jr. sit down after the rally last year and in front of the staff of the Buffalo Chip, and we recorded it. Tell us the story of Hank and the Wrestling Bear. And so, 30 years at the Buffalo Chip, this is Hank Rotten Jr. Enjoy this.
Well, first of all, to set this story up anyway, and I was a traveling comedian for years, and this was never part of my act. This was just a story that kind of happened to me. A lot of my act, as you guys have heard, is about my experiences, and what it was like the early 80s. I just got out of a stay with the federal government. I'd gotten in a little trouble earlier in my life. I was a member of unorganized crime. And I was just getting out of jail, and I knew I had to restart my life over. So I thought about what I'd like to do, and I thought I'd like to be in radio. I thought that'd be cool. And people had said I had the voice for it. So I went down and got a job at a radio station, so I started doing things, and I thought, well, you got to get your name out there, so do some benefits and stuff like that. And so one of my first things I did was I went and did a mud wrestling event with these girls. It was pretty cool, and we set it all up, and they picked me up and swung me around, threw me in the mud. Mud went 7 miles up. I mean, it was fun. It was neat. It was all set up. So I said, "Hey, cool." So the boss comes to me one day and he goes, "Hey, there's going to be this wrestling bear coming to town named Victor. We was wondering if you'd like to go out and try to wrestle him." And I thought, yeah, because they're probably coordinating. I've seen remember you seen them dancing with the bear on TV, you know what I mean? I thought, we'll just, hell yes, they'll put old Hank's name out there. So put me down. Well, there was this place called the King of Clubs, and they had a big parking lot in the back, and this guy comes to town and sets up a ring, and I go out there, and I get there, and I look over, and here's this dirty old man with those wrestling sweats on, you ever seen with the hoe tights and stuff. And he's sitting there, and there's this old school bus. And on the back of it is a big cage with the bear in it. And the bear's going, rocking this fucking bus. Pardon me. I'm going, Jesus, that's kind of wild. So he goes, so people are starting to come in. I'm going to be first. He goes, you got to sign this form. And I get to looking at it, and it says, if you are killed. And I said, if you are fucking killed. And I showed my first wife. She goes, "Oh, go ahead, Dad." Zach's mom. Anyway, she's not here either, I'll tell you that. So I signed the sumbitch up and everything, and people start coming in. So we get in this ring, and they bring this old bear out, and I'm over here, and wearing some sweatpants. In the old days, we didn't have cool sweatpants like suits there. They had the old track sweats and then t-shirt from the radio station. They bring the bear in. The old wrestler guy's with him, got a mic, and this bear's on a chain. I thought, okay, and damn, the bear's all over there going, oh, and I'm thinking, but he's got him kind of bent over, and he's got no teeth. I felt sorry for the bear, really. No teeth, a muzzle, no claws, and so they ring a bell, and I come out, and I'm standing there like this, and that bear stands up and goes, and starts coming at me like this. And I'm going, shit, and he grabs me and goes, and he starts, and I'm going, what the fuck? And honestly, and he takes me, and he slams me on the ground, and I'm thinking, this fucking bear wants to kill me, and jumps on me, and he's got a muzzle on, but he's trying to gnaw my arm off. He's trying to do that. And I've got bear hair in my mouth, and now I'm on my back like this, and then he's got this head. Really, this head is so fucking huge, and he starts beating me in the stomach with it. And I'm going, and the old man's hitting him with a fucking stick and pulling on a chain. I'm thinking, quit pissing this fucking bear off. Now, so they finally gets the bear off of me, and they pull him back, and the whole time I can hear this one lady laughing really loud. Well, that's my ex-wife, Debbie, Zach's mom. And so I'm laying there, and I could tell this bear had kind of hurt me, because he hit me really hard in my stomach a couple, 3 times. And I kind of get up, and I'm looking around, and I hear the old guy goes, "Want to see the bear again, Hank, again?" I swear to God, I turn around, and here comes the bear. So I think, I can't let him do that to me again. So I turn around, and he grabs me like this and starts swinging me like this, and he throws me on the ground. And I'm on all fours. And he jumps on me, and he's growling, he's mad as hell. Well, during this fighting, my pants had worked their way down a little bit. I wish this wasn't a true story. So I'm down on all fours, and the bear's yelling and shit, and my wife's screaming, and everybody's going crazy. My best friend's sitting out there worried about me, and I'm on all fours, and all of a sudden, I feel this big old tongue. He had a tongue this long. My pants had worked their way down, and I feel this tongue go up the crack of my ass. This is serious. And the old man goes, "Oh, the bear really likes Hank Rotten Jr." And so then he says, he pulled on the bear, hit him with a stick, and he left me laying there. And I'm laying on that mat, my pants halfway down, and I'm thinking, that bear not only kicked my ass, he licked my ass. And I'm crawling. I'm hurting. I really am. This bear just beat the fuck out of me. And I'm crawling to get out. And I look back up, and they got the bear on a stool with a big baby hat on and a bottle sucking on it with grape Kool-Aid. And I thought, Jesus Christ. So I make my way out, and the bear proceeds to whip the shit out of 10 other people that come in there. And I left. And the next morning I woke up and I had a big knot right here, stomach hernia. I go to the doctor, and the doctor says, "Oh, you have a stomach hernia, we're going to have to operate. How'd you get this?" And I said, "Wrestling a bear." And he goes, "Oh, goddamn boy, how'd you get this?" I said, "Sir, I wrestled a bear, and he beat the shit out of me and licked my ass out there behind the King of Clubs." I was in the hospital really 5 days.
We think that's fine.
2 weeks off work. When I finally went back to work, I retired from wrestling. But not radio, and really, that's the story of me and the bear.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Come on, did I tell you, Larry?
Don't do that at home, that's all I say.
The Buffalo Chip.